The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, If a person sins unintentionally by committing one of all the commandments of the Lord, which may not be committed, and he commits part of one of them, if the anointed kohen sins, bringing guilt to the people, he shall bring for his sin which he has committed an unblemished young bull as a sin offering to the Lord. He shall bring the bull to the entrance of the tent of meeting before the Lord, and he shall lean his hand forcefully upon the bull's head and slaughter the bull before the Lord. And the anointed kohen shall take from the bull's blood and bring it into the tent of meeting. And the kohen shall dip his finger into the blood and sprinkle some of the blood 7 times before the Lord, before the dividing curtain of the sanctuary. And the kohen shall place some of the blood on the horns of the incense altar, which is in the tent of meeting before the Lord, and he shall pour all the blood of the bull onto the base of the altar used for burnt offerings, which is at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And all the fat of the sin offering bull he shall separate from it, the fat covering the innards and all the fat that is on the innards, the 2 kidneys along with the fat that is on them, which is on the flanks, and the diaphragm with the liver, along with the kidneys he shall remove it. Just as was separated from the bull sacrificed as a peace offering, the kohen shall then cause them to go up in smoke on the altar used for burnt offerings. He shall then take the bull's skin and all of its flesh, along with its head, and along with its legs, its innards, and its waste matter. He shall take out the entire bull to a clean place outside the camp, namely to the ash depository. He shall burn it in fire on wood, thus shall be burnt in the ash depository. And if the entire community of Israel errs because a matter was hidden from the eyes of the congregation, and they commit one of all the commandments of the Lord, which may not be committed, incurring guilt, when the sin which they had committed becomes known, the congregation shall bring a young bull as a sin offering. They shall bring it before the tent of meeting. The elders of the community shall lean their hands forcefully upon the bull's head before the Lord. One shall slaughter the bull before the Lord. The anointed kohen shall bring some of the bull's blood into the tent of meeting. The kohen shall dip his finger from the blood and sprinkle it 7 times before the Lord, before the dividing curtain. He shall then place some of the blood on the horns of the altar, and that is before the Lord in the tent of meeting. Then he shall pour all the blood onto the base of the altar used for burnt offerings, which is at the entrance of the tent of meeting. He shall separate all its fat from it and cause it to go up in smoke on the altar. He shall do to the bull just as he did to the bull of the sin offering, thus he shall do to it. Thus the kohen shall make atonement for them, the community, and they will be forgiven. He shall take the bull outside the camp and burn it, just as he burned the first bull. It is a sin offering for the congregation. If a leader of Israel sins and unintentionally commits one of all the commandments of the Lord, which may not be committed, incurring guilt, if a sin that he has committed is made known to him, then he shall bring his offering, an unblemished male goat, and he shall lean his hand forcefully upon the goat's head and slaughter it in the place where he slaughters burnt offerings. Before the Lord it is a sin offering. And the kohen shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger and place it on the horns of the altar used for burnt offerings, and then he shall pour its blood onto the base of the altar used for burnt offerings. He shall cause all its fat to go up in smoke on the altar, just like the fat of the peace offering. Thus the kohen shall make atonement for his sin, and he will be forgiven. If one person of the people of the land commits a sin unintentionally by his committing one of the commandments of the Lord, which may not be committed, incurring guilt. If his sin that he committed is made known to him, he shall bring a sacrifice, an unblemished female goat for his sin that he committed. He shall lean his hand forcefully on the head of the sin offering, and he shall slaughter the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. The kohen shall take some of its blood with his finger and place it on the horns of the altar used for burnt offerings, and then he shall pour all of its remaining blood at the base of the altar. He shall remove all of its fat, just as the fat was removed from the peace offering. The kohen shall then cause it to go up in smoke on the altar as a pleasing fragrance to the Lord. Thus the kohen shall make atonement for him, and he will be forgiven. If he brings a sheep for his sin offering, he shall bring an unblemished female. He shall lean his hand forcefully upon the head of the sin offering and slaughter it as a sin offering in the place where he slaughters the burnt offering. And the kohen shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger and place it on the horns of the altar used for burnt offerings, and then he shall pour all of its blood unto the base of the altar. He shall remove all its fat, just as the sheep's fat is removed from the peace offering. The kohen shall then cause them to go up in smoke on the altar upon the fires before the Lord. Thus the kohen shall make atonement for him for his sin which he committed, and he will be forgiven.